What do people need to know about DMV Secretary of State hearing? Attorney William Margolin explains that everything is in preparation. I cannot emphasize it enough. I am a firm believer that the vast majority of these cases are won and lost before you even show up for the hearing. That is why it is critical that you have an attorney who is highly qualified in these types of cases. I am referred a lot of these cases by criminal defense attorneys who handled the DUI cases. For whatever reason, that person pled guilty or was found guilty after trial. They received the conviction for the DUI, which revoked their license. As those people are highly competent and respected in terms of criminal law, they have no expertise in terms of dealing with the Secretary of State in a completely separate type of proceeding and try to get somebody's driving privileges restored. If your documents are not in order, I, as the attorney, have the ability to reach out to the treatment provider, the person who is putting together those documents, and talk about some issues I see in the documents. If the treatment provider agrees, some of the information can be modified or clarified. Ultimately, the treatment provider is the expert in terms of drug and alcohol treatment. I have known so many of the treatment providers in this area, and because I have done so many of these hearings, I have a good rapport and relationship with them. I can ask them certain questions. I can make suggestions, and if they agree with me, they can incorporate that into their documentation. But there has to be that relationship. There has to be that experience. That is what you pay an attorney to do. There has to be consistent testimony when compared to the documentation that we provide, and that is where preparation comes into play. Because ultimately, what comes down to this is that everything you say is in the documentation. The documentation must contain truthful information. As long as that truthful information is reasonable in the eyes of the Secretary of State, and your testimony is consistent with that, then we have done what we need to do to put you in the best position to be successful. Schedule a free consultation with Attorney William Margolin in Waukegan, Illinois today. He has over 29 years of criminal trial experience and over 24 years of experience in legal representation for Secretary of State driver's license reinstatement hearings.